So what's the real cost of doing it alone? So there's a massive amount of studies out there, modern and a bit older and in between, about what it does to you as a human and as a man. So I will always go back to evolutionary biology. This isn't a creationism debate or Bible appreciation or lack of Bible appreciation. That's just my stance. We're humans, we're tribal animals, we work in communities, we work in teams. That's how we got here as we are, as a civilization and previous ones. And that to me, that's a fairly undeniable fact when you look at data and the modern world. You have 8 billion people as a sample size. I'm sure you can find some evidence there. Yeah. So for an example of damages is depression, anxiety, addiction, and early death. Now, I know in my brain, when I first heard that you can just die from being lonely, I was like, well, that's not right. What sort of medical condition is that? But it's more people who are doing it alone. They'll have less support medically, and they'll have people to tell them they're not doing okay, and it kind of compounds over time. So it doesn't just mean like I have no friends, I just die. It's not really how it works.
Yeah.
Or maybe it does, and there's going to be data in the future that's going to validate it and say, well, actually, when you're lonely, it damages your brain, because I'm the understanding that your brain is also an organ. So I think lots of people who have mental disorders, their brain is actually not functioning correctly as an organ. Like if you have a heart problem, for example. Another study shows men who lack connection, they have a significantly higher risk of mental illness, depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. So when I read that again, I was like, well, yeah, but maybe they lack connection because of these, which is also true. So take these how you want. All the studies will be linked. They were meta-analysis and studies. So the sample sizes range from like 1,000 people to 300,000 people, I think, off the top of my head. So it's fairly conclusive data, I'd like to think.
Bro, the easiest way to say is you need a brotherhood. You need
a network, something around you.
Network.
Yeah. 1 in 3 men have no close friends at all. So I think that speaks for itself. I think a lot of men aged 18, let's say, to 35, maybe over. I think that's very, very true.
Yeah.
People, if you just look in your life, maybe yourself, I've seen it. I see it a lot. It's quite sad, to be honest.
I've been there as well at some point.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. At very, weird stages in my life, And then another review found that social isolation harms your health as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Once again, that's can be taken out of context, and it sounds ridiculous that just having no friends is the same damage on you, but it all kind of ties in together with the lifestyle that follows when you're lonely, I think, is what that stat's getting on. So I'm being really nitpicky here, but
bro,
everything I read, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm very skeptical over.
Every action, it has a reaction.
Exactly.
So it all depends on.
Thing is, if you're lonely, if you're that lonely, you're going to smoke 15 cigarettes a day, or you're going to drink alcohol. So it kind of leads on to that.
Yeah.
So I don't want the stats to be. Don't want people to listen to this and go, "Shut up!" You're like, it's smoking 15 cigarettes a day is objectively bad for your lungs and everything. But it's the behaviors that come after it. Okay, it's my statistic kind of thing out of the way. There's more here actually, but I kind of disproven myself slightly. But that's good. That's what I'm trying to.
Just
show
cover
here,
like
that we're not just saying things. You haven't gone on ChatGPT, got them, you just told them to. I've looked at them and I've read them. There's more nuance to it. But the general picture is quite obvious and quite alarming. And a good quote that I've included here is, "What you keep in the dark grows in power." So we spoke about this before.
Yes, just off camera.
If you have something bothering you in the background, something annoying you, if you leave it there and you don't do anything about it, you don't confront it or the person or the thing, it grows in power, which it does. It's worse and worse.
Keeps growing inside you, and
one day you just snap. Let's say if he's doing something cumulatively over time that annoys me, which is not the case, by the way. Little things, but nothing like this. He looks at me like, eventually he's going to keep acting like this. I'm not going to say anything. He's going to do it there and like, fuck it. And he'll be like,
you're going to go crazy that one day.
And if I would have just told him the first time, and he wouldn't happen.
Yeah.